And now they're preparing for Australia-Korea. The conditions, well, you couldn't ask for it to be any better. They've been ideal all week. The rain has stayed away from game time, at least. It's a cool 14 degrees. The breeze, not much to speak of. And the Australians and Koreans being introduced to the crowd. And Richard, I guess you wouldn't be anywhere else, would you? I
would not be anywhere else. It's absolutely perfect conditions. The setting here in Adelaide is absolutely superb. There's been a lot of goals scored, and we're in for another exciting match.
And the Australians will go without David Wansborough. Australians have been led by example by Michael York at the back, 16. A calm and skillful fullback playing game number 195, while Jay Stacey's up to 230, equaling Mark Hager's record. Paul Godoyne's brilliant penalty corner goal against the Netherlands may tempt them to go to him again today. Wansborough not expected to play at all. Lewis has to be careful not to incur a yellow card. Deletty makes way for Dreyer to the goalkeeper. Well, Korea play a frenetic game, a hard-hitting and running side. 9 and 10, Song Seong-tae and Kang Kyun-wook are their top scorers, 2 each. Shin has been a bit hot and cold in the midfield, but is capable of threading dream passes to his forwards. They've been using their bench a little more as the tournament's unfolded. Number 15, Yo Won-kon, and 4, Park Shin-hyun, should appear before half-time. Well, the Koreans did lead Australia at the Olympics 2-1 after 16 minutes before the Kookaburras overhauled them to win 3-2. And they were beaten, Australia, on penalties in Malaysia last year by Korea at the Sultan Azan Shah tournament in May. And our umpires today, Eduardo Ruiz from Argentina and Ravi Gurugalbandara from Sri Lanka. So an interesting lineup, Richard.
Yes, I'm not surprised that Paul Lewis is not starting. He's had 2 yellow cards, and it's probably better he doesn't play today unless he's absolutely needed, because if he got another yellow card today, then certainly he would not be allowed to play in the gold medal game tomorrow, and that would be disastrous. David Wansborough's hand looks all right. I'm sure there's probably a hairline fracture, but I'm sure also knowing him very well, he'll want to play tomorrow, and there you can see him at the top of the screen, standing next to Damon Deletty, who's also been rested from this match. And Australia's been very lucky to have 2 goalkeepers of Deletty's and Dreyer capability, both of whom have played nearly 90 internationals each. And, of course, there's been this ongoing battle between who's the number 1 keeper.
Fortunate indeed to have them. Stephen Davies, top goal scorer for Australia with 4. There's York. And Stuart Carruthers has not had a lot of game time this week. Here's his opportunity. It's a difficult match for Australia, really. Injury and suspension problems to consider, but they don't want to come into the gold medal game tomorrow a bit flat. So let's see what they can do. And Carruthers, Godoyne. His duel with Shin might be a feature, Richard.
Yes, it will be, and I'm also going to be looking with interest at young Brett Livermore, the right half for Australia, captain of the Junior World Cup team. This would be his biggest test in international hockey. He's a very talented young player. Here he is receiving the ball now.
So Livermore up the right. Stacey with him. Steers away from him and into trouble. One taken by G, but Stacey. Free hit Australia. Stacey on with it. Elmer. I'd like to score early, Australia. Goes without saying, really.
Yes, that's right. Any score at any time, really. Yeah. But you're right, because they'd like to maintain the rhythm. When you make a lot of changes like they've made today, the greatest concern is that the players their attitude won't be right. They'll take poor rhythm into the game, and that then affects confidence. And maybe tomorrow they wouldn't play well.
And as we've just seen, Germany are playing well.
Yes, they are. They're going to be a very tough side to beat tomorrow. Australia need to be right on their mettle.
But Australia did beat them 2-0 earlier in the week. No reason to feel overawed. It was a risky pass across the face of Jimmy Elmer. Slightly built, but ever so quick. Yu Moon-ki, he's been a consistent player for Korea this week. Ji Seong-wan to Kang. And Kim wins the hit. Shin. Davies arrives to Hassel. Yu. And Kang again. Song waiting in the circle.
Good tackle by young Livermore. He'd be happy with that.
Stacey would not be with that. And the Australians might take a little while to feel their way into this match with a changed lineup. Let's see. Stacey. Be asked to play a big hand today with the younger players around him. Vice-captain.
Equal Mark Hager's record number of matches today.
That can be Australia's most capped player tomorrow. I'm sure he'll start.
Yes, I'm sure he will. And he's been a wonderful player for Australia.
Godoyne.
Oh, lovely ball.
Well placed for Carruthers. Davies. The Australians are waiting and waiting for the whistle, and it nearly didn't come.
Yeah, that's right. And that's dangerous practice because the umpire at the other side obviously didn't see it. Ruiz from this end blew it.
Godoyne. Livermore. Carruthers. Davies. Tackle coming in from John Jong-ha. Elmer in the corner. Oh, and that missed a couple. Brennan and Hiskins, closest for Australia.
It's not bad when you can bring on Stuart Carruthers to play fullback, and he's played 100-odd internationals.
Yeah.
Been to the Atlanta Olympics and the Sydney World Cup 1994.
Australia with 12 field goals. Here's Elmer. Is it another? Stacey, have a go.
Big save too. It hurt him. It hurt the keeper.
He'd have felt that. Stacey can hit them. Great save, Koo Jin-soo. And relief for Korea.
Yes, here's a ball from Elmer to Stacey. Got onto it. Didn't quite fall as well as he would have liked. But he's absolutely crashed it.
Here's another one for Elmer. Oh, no. It's Australia creating some chances, though.
Yes, they look sharp enough, which is good.
Carruthers will be wanting to convert shortly. Sproul. Stacey popping up on the left.
Paul Godoyne played very well in the last match.
Yes, against the Netherlands, that was his best outing of the week, would you say?
I'd say so, yes. I thought he was very, very good. And, of course, he got a goal, which added to it.
Here's Song. Yu. Trying to get it to Kang, but dispossessed by Godoyne. And Stacey looks up to pick his mark. Finds Davies.
It was a good tackle. Oh, I thought it was a good tackle, but it was a free hit to Australia.
Elmer under pressure with that pass. Kept it back. Oh, Brennan, no. Shouldn't be surprised to see a fast open game. It's pretty much in the nature of both these sides. Oh, great ball for Song. And Dreyer did well.
I actually thought Carruthers was going to come to the ball. There was a little misunderstanding between Carruthers and York. The hesitation allowed Song to get the ball, as you see here on the back line. Chipped it in the air. Good, well saved by Dreyer.
So Korea taking their turn to exert some pressure. Shin retreats from Godoyne, and Godoyne lets him do so. Players take a breather. Good ball from Shin to find Kang. York.
Nice, clever little dummy. Experience.
has got to be. Sproul. What do you think he had in mind there, Richard?
Oh, I think he just decided there wasn't a good option on. I thought he just hoped that he'd play the ball in space and that Jimmy Elmer would run onto it. But Jimmy Elmer was coming back to actually receive the ball from a pass on the ground in that situation.
Shin to Hahn.
Not 5 yards, so the umpires advanced the free hit 10 metres, or 10 yards.
We're going to be in trouble when we go metric, aren't we?
We are going to be in trouble when we go metric, which won't be long.
Kang. Stacey there, drops the stick. Play on. Godoyne, Stacey. Oh. Carruthers to Godoyne. And halfway, we've had best part of 8 minutes of play. No goals. A couple of chances, Australia. One for Korea. Brennan.
Baden Choppy's on for Jeremy Hiskins.
Been a big week for Baden Choppy. Picking up ATSIC Sportsman of the Year award. And well deserved.
Absolutely. Thought he was excellent at the Atlanta Olympics, and of course he scored the winning goal in the bronze medal game against Germany, so you can't do much more than that.
York. Carruthers. Elmer. They're not missing much, Korea. No crucial fumbles from them so far. Sensing their chance today with Australia slightly weakened. Opportunity for a win.
Yes, it's quite a young Australian lineup with Livermore and Brennan.
Davies. No. John Jong Ha to Jeong.
Pushing the back by Brennan. Always the problem in these matches when you've already qualified for the gold medal game, but you still have to go out and perform. In the back of the mind is tomorrow's match. Particularly when you know it's going to be Germany.
Trying to keep something in the tank. Song. Up to Kang. Kang still. Yo. That's nothing for that. Carruthers. Livermore. Good trap. Beats one. Davies.
Good ball by the young fella.
Stacey. Oh, whoops. Livermore. And Korean defence looks a little better than it has been most of the week, Richard.
Yes, let's see how they get out of defence, because this is where they've been having trouble. They want to get it out quickly, but the umpire won't allow them. He's making them take the ball back and put it on somewhere near the right spot. I would have thought Australia would have pushed up in that situation, because Cho, the captain's the one who's been having all the trouble getting out of defence.
Hahn. Up the line is a great ball for Kang. Song is in the circle, waiting.
Oh, Sproul again, coming from behind again.
Didn't give him a nudge.
As soon as he comes from behind, you've got to be so careful. Penalty corner for Korea. Watch here. He's running with the ball. Daniel Sproul comes in underneath to knock the ball away. Now, while he gets the ball, you're always going to be under the umpire's eye.
All right, Korea 1 from 21 only so far from penalty corners. This is their first in this match. Shin is 8. He's been taking most of the hits. Dummies. Out they go. Oh, well, it was...
They worked it nicely.
They did indeed. They created plenty of space for themselves at the top of the circle, and Kim Yong-ki should have had a goal, really.
Good umpiring. And yes, the was the replay. A good shot of goal. How they missed that, I don't know.
Goodwin leads it. Weren't quite set, really. Goodwin has been running away from them and leading it for Sproul. Sort of a dummy run. Does it again. Nearly worked.
Worked it nicely. Terry Walsh looking on.
Lifted.
Stephen Davies, unfortunately, in attempting to have a shot at goal, lifted the ball up into the body of the Korean defender.
Well defended by York. Goodwin to Sproul. Can run. Has Choppy on his left. Goes for him now. Wants some help. Finds a foot and a free hit. Sproul. Yes! That's taken by Stacey.
What a way to celebrate your 230th international.
Meek deflection, Jay Stacey. First goal of the tournament for him. It's been a while coming.
Watch this. This is a beautiful ball by Sproul. Straight across. How it got through there again. The goalkeeper didn't attend to it. And 14-4 for Korea. Park and Yo just stood there and watched Jay Stacey dive and knock it into the goal.
13 minutes gone and number 13 scores.
You just can't afford to be inattentive in international sport of any description.
Jay Stacey's 119th goal for Australia. First this week. Elmer is quick enough.
Livermore again.
Goodwin. Great tackle. Oh, Choppy wanted to have a lash at it.
Young Livermore just learned a very valuable lesson in international hockey. Don't wait for the ball. Get to the ball as quick as you can. He thought that ball was going to come to him. And the Korean player suddenly was there making an interception.
It's harmless. Livermore. York picked him out with a perfect pass. Elmer. A bit of space to operate in down there.
Oh, it's a deflection.
Stacey picks it up. Choppy.
Oh, it should have been a goal.
Yes. Well, they were absolutely at a loss, the Korean defence, and the Australians took them apart. And Elmer scores. And that is his 4th goal of the tournament. 2-0 Australia.
Yeah, watch this. That was a great interception by Jay Stacey. He made the perfect pass to Choppy. Choppy, thinking of the team, not trying to have a stupid shot, sets up Elmer. Watch it again. Choppy could have been tempted to have the shot, but he knew that Brennan was there, and Jimmy Elmer there scores his 4th goal in the tournament. Great to see Australia get away to a good start when they've made so many changes to the team. And such a young lineup when you consider the Choppy, Brennan, Livermore, and even Sproul and Goodwin aren't young people, and of course Hiskin's at centre forward.
And our congratulations go to Terry Walsh, who's got a team playing on confidence with some freedom. Kept in by Livermore. Stacey, look at the space that's out there. Where is everybody? Have we got 22 players?
Yes.
Doesn't feel like it. Goodwin. Be a bit more congested tomorrow when Germany is out there.
Yes, we know there'll be none of this space. But this will be a good learning curve for the Koreans. It's the first Champions Trophy, and at times they look very impressive. There are just certain aspects of their game that they need to pick up on, and full credit to them.
back to outside the 25. York quickly back to Sproul. And again to York. Goodwin. 2 goals in 3 minutes. 2-0 Australia. Korea with a chance to break out. Yu Moon Ki.
Great experience for young Livermore to be playing along such experienced campaigners as Stacey and Carruthers.
Shin. Khan chalked up game number 100 the other day.
The ball.
Song. Kang. Stacey.
That's the get it out of me, out of here clearance. Get it away from me. Well, they just rebalanced. The Australian defence gets better organised now. Well, this is interesting. Paul Lewis looks like he's going to come on.
I did see Terry Walsh before the match and said that Wansborough would not play, but Lewis may well, despite his precarious situation with yellow cards. To explain that Lewis cannot afford to incur one, or he would miss the final.
Well, he's already had 2 yellow cards, which normally would mean that he couldn't play today.
And Lewis is on for Stacey. Well, the South Australian crowd want to see him. He's the only South Aussie in the squad. I doubt that is motivation for Terry Walsh to put him on. It's the trust that he can play with the required discipline. Hong. Kang. Good skills for not getting anywhere.
That's exactly right. It looked fantastic, but they went nowhere.
G. Cho. Captain's not much been in it so far. Cho. Got it back now. Carruthers, the defender. Yu Moon Ki.
It's good play.
Cleared by Begadoin. Choppy. Like some help. Loses out. Korea can reapply the pressure now. Livermore, careful.
It's a little slow. Welch on the pass.
The moment you look up and see where it's got to go, could be in someone else's possession.
Particularly back there when you know you're surrounded by opposition players.
Brennan. Elmer slipped. Could work out all right yet. No, Korean hit. Are you surprised Jason Duff didn't start?
No, not really. I think that, remember, he hurt his ankle 2 matches ago, and maybe that's still a little sore. Give him a chance to rest it.
Yu. Hong. Gets around Livermore, does Hong. Penalty corner, yes. Kicked up by Dreyer.
The ball bounced up off Carruthers' stick. Dreyer was then put in a difficult situation. Kicked the ball in the air because it was bouncing, so penalty corner to Korea, their second.
So Shin is up. Let's see what they do here. Well stopped by Dreyer.
Yes, good goalkeeping by Dreyer. Oh, there's a bit of anger.
And Australia on the break. They've got numbers forward. Godoin in space. Choppy's now alone. So is Lewis. Don't want to wait too long.
Well, they all sagged off him, and suddenly the top of the circle appeared. He thought, I better have a shot.
Probably took the right option in the end, but good keeping from Koo Jin Soo to deny him. Elmer. Godoin. It's Australia's ball just outside.
I still think on that power play, when you get to the top of the circle, you're better off going to the right-hand side of the circle, get the ball into a hitting position as soon as possible. I'll be looking for Choppy here.
Choppy, far post. Sproul. Stick check.
I think so.
Kang. Comfortable one for Carruthers. Livermore, who's down there.
Good to see the young player showing all the skill in the world.
Would you have said Brennan was under that?
He was under it first.
No, that's a trap for umpires.
It is.
They want to give it to the defending player, even though the attacker was under the ball.
Yep. Now, there'll be other situations in the game where the defender gets there first, and as soon as the forward comes anywhere near him, they'll blow it. I think it's good. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Well, that's a good ball if he traps it.
He does. Hong. Trouble for Australia now, Hong. York.
Yep, off a foot. Carruthers off the foot again. Just got sucked in, if you like, close to the tackle.
Third penalty corner coming up.
Watch it here. He just reaches in. He didn't need to reach in. He could have stayed away. He wasn't going to score a goal from there, you would hope.
Korea looking their first goal. No, does not count.
Tell you what, he hit it.
Certainly did. Yo Moon Key.
It's the first hit at goal.
Why was it turned down?
Because the first hit at goal.
Oh, right. Yes, it was still the first hit.
Yes, the first hit at goal. You watch it here. They take it left. He turns on his reverse and absolutely cannons it. But the first hit at goal has got to hit that black backboard.
Of course, yep. He just played it around for so long, I'd forgotten that.
Yes. Well, you can imagine the umpire too. He's got to think of all these things himself.
Choppy. Survives the Kang tackle.
Well, yes, he knocked him off. Quite similar to what Brook did earlier on. He brushed him off.
It's gone the other way.
Yes. Yeah, the umpire said Choppy stick checked him or brushed him away.
Yu Moon Key.
Can't he protect his legs against a hacking tackle, mate? Hey?
Someone in the crowd having a go at Mr. Irugul Bandara. Godoyne, can he get it to Elmer? He certainly can. He finds Brennan. Australians not in a hurry. Carruthers. 10 minutes left. First half, 2-0 Australia. Brennan. Mouse is universally known as. Choppy. Lewis, no.
Free hit to Australia, just the top of the circle.
And the Korean player's gone down. And it's Yong Kyun.
The inside right. He's obviously been hit or bumped just near the neck, the side of his neck.
Well, the umpire saying on your feet. I don't think it looked that bad.
I certainly didn't see anything in the normal play, but if we watch here on the replay, we'll see Lewis gets the ball. Maybe.
Now he's decided to go down. Well, he was fit enough to play on for a couple of seconds, then felt the injury. Livermore's off, Stacey's on.
He seems to be limping.
Livermore?
Yes.
Yes, oh, I hope he's all right. So Godoyne leaves it again. Sproul.
John got another one. Unfortunately.
Again. Hard day at the office for Jong. In fact, he's being invited to come off. Substitution waiting for him, but here's Song. Sproul. It's opened up. Australia can counter. Davies. Keep running. Lewis.
Good dummy. They're always the most convincing.
Yeah, they go to the ground, dummy.
Stacey's playing right half. Livermore's gone off.
Back it comes to Carruthers. And all the way to York.
Yeah, they want to drag the Koreans out to create that space that we talked about earlier. That's Stephen Davies talking to himself.
Old China.
Old China.
Yes.
It wasn't a good pass from York. But such is the expectation of players at this level. They expect to trap those.
And now the Australians looking to exert some pressure.
Good play, Stephen Davies.
On the Koreans coming out of defence, yes, Richard. Now. And Kang, midfield. Yo. Lewis's appeal is not listened to. Stacey.
Rising ball.
Sproul. 7.5 minutes left. First half. 2-0 Australia. Godoyne.
Well, it's interesting looking at the statistics for the first half to date. Australia have been inside their 25 24 times compared to Korea 13. But the Australians have only been into the circle 6 times for those 2 goals. So they've been good at getting inside the 25, but the Korean deep defence has been quite superb. Keep them out.
But as they've done most of the week, Richard, the Kookaburras, when they get into a scoring situation, their conversion rate's pretty good.
Yes, it is. They've certainly been able to slot that ball into the net.
In fact, they have the best conversion rate for shots on goal, 30%. Elmar. Brennan. That's a good low one. Choppy was waiting. Defence equal to it. It was Cho, the captain. People seeing themselves on the big screen here, which has been such a hit.
In fact, the whole facility has just been fantastic.
Yeah.
And all that nonsense in the paper about the turf just leaves me absolutely bewildered.
Oh, look, we've seen sensational hockey here. Perhaps the best we've ever seen in Australia.
Oh, absolutely.
And if this isn't a good pitch...
I'm not here.
Yeah. Lewis. Brennan.
I reckon that story about the pitch is the best beat-up I've seen in hockey for 10 years. I mean, the pitch is, what, about 4 or 5 months old. And I think it's settled very, very nicely. What have we seen? 70-odd goals scored. We're averaging what? We're averaging nearly 4 goals, 5 goals a match. It's absolutely amazing that people can come out and criticise such a facility.
The only team criticising it has an interest in another surface, so enough said about that. But, Pakistan, who've performed poorly here, have no complaints about the pitch. The Germans are more than happy.
Yeah, there was an interview with Paul Lissick. He said they were happy with the pitch.
It's misinformation, I'm afraid. It's
very sad for the organising committee. Oh, Michael York had the ball, pushed it onto the Korean stick, and it came back onto Michael York's foot. So it's a penalty corner number 4 for Korea.
And it was Kim Yong-ki who managed to extract it. And what are they up to, 4?
Yes, 4 penalty corners for Korea.
Now, who's up on the battery? Yu Moon-ki to stop. Shin is there, and Yo. Shin, reverse stick to no one.
They've got the most complicated penalty corner routine I've ever seen. I don't think they've actually done what I call variation number 1.
Hong Cheng Jai, the coach. Sorry.
Which is push it out, stop it, and hit it in the net. They've done everything else. Well, they had 25, 26 penalty corners. The conversion rate's about 2%. They've probably got the most complicated routines. You think they'd learned by looking at the Germans or someone like that, whose conversion rate is up well over 20%.
Park. Hong. Looks good on the ball, does Hong?
He does. I think he's a very good player. He often doesn't start, he often comes on. Here's the replay.
It came up off Songs.
Yes, came up off the stick there.
Stacey, good thought. Hiskins after the tackle. Oh, nice play from Hong. Looking for Yo, but Godoyne.
Getting himself in a bit of bother here, Paul Godoyne, but he was good enough to get out of it. I was just about to say, it's been a long time since Jay Stacey's played right half for Australia. When he came into the team when I was coach in 1987, that's where he started. So maybe there's a message here, that's where he's going to end up. Jay probably wouldn't like me saying that, but he was a very good halfback, forced up into the forward line.
Raz is Stuart Carruthers. The nicknames come out occasionally across our effects microphones, called pitch side, there's a court side. It's a bit big for a court, really.
Yes. That'll be the Hopman Cup later on.
Choppy. Walsh shaking their head. I wonder what that's about. 2 minutes left, first half. A productive one for Australia. A rejigged lineup, but it's as fluid as ever. Sproul.
You have to say Terry Walsh should be satisfied with his team's performance. Win, lose or draw tomorrow. I think as a stepping stone to the World Cup next year, you couldn't be more than satisfied. There's always things to do in coaching. There's always things to improve. Penalty corners and all sorts of things. But just generally, as a general statement, you'd have to be very satisfied.
Yes, he's already beaten Netherlands, Pakistan, Spain and Germany once. Oh, a good dummy, perhaps. I think it hopped his stick, but anyway, Brennan. Yu Moon Kee.
Yeah, Brennan got caught with the ball then because Jimmy Elmer just didn't make a decisive enough move, but Brennan changed his mind and got dispossessed.
.50 seconds for Korea to conjure up a goal. Han. Shin. Song a little one on. Here's Yo. Takes his mark. And Dreyer stuck the foot out, but he probably knew it was safe. Had his angles worked out.
Well, that was interesting watching Daniel Sproul then. Watch Daniel Sproul here. Lets him have a shot. And that's smart thinking when you've got the gold medal game tomorrow. You don't want to be putting your body on the line in a game like this when the gold medal game's tomorrow. Now, a lot of people would not think of that in that situation. They think, oh, I've got to get in there. And you get in there and you're coming on the wrong side and you get hurt.
Well, a good 35 minutes of hockey, particularly for a fan of the Australians. They knocked in 2 after 13 minutes. Jay Stacey put Australia on the board, and then just 2 minutes later, Jimmy Elmer made it 2-0. 2 field goals for Australia, as has been the pattern for them. Only scored one from the penalty corner, but Terry Walsh, perhaps rightly, not disturbed by that.
Oh, I wouldn't think so. I think that one of the things he's looking at doing here is getting the young forward line, which includes Brennan and Choppy and Hiskins and Elmer, getting runs on the board, getting confident in front of the goal. And I saw them at training during the week, and he spent a lot of time with those players getting the ball into the net and feeling confident when the ball comes across the front. But I think he'd be very happy.
Let's have a look at how Australia opened the scoring.
The pass from Sproul, Howard beat everybody there. And the two Korean defenders there, number 4 and 14, all they could do is just sit and look. And of course, here's the other one, the Choppy, is always very alert. Again, Brennan, again across the front of the net. But this time, Elmer fumbles the first time, but it keeps his poise and gets it into the net.
Goal number 4 for the tournament for Jimmy Elmer. And he's right up there with the top 3 or 4. Harvey Arnau's on 7 now. It's back to Davies and Elmer on 4. What pleased you most about the Australian effort first half?
Well, the fact that they've got so many young players in the lineup, and they were able to make all those changes of Jason Duff, Paul Lewis, Wansborough, Adelaide, all not in the starting lineup. Willsball coming on at right half, I think has been very important that they get on the pitch and get some practice.
All right, let's find out what's happening down beside the pitch. Here's Peter G.
Well, thanks, Steve. I've got somebody on a busman's holiday here, the world's premier female striker, Alison Annan. Alison, you had to go back for club commitment for training the other night, but otherwise you've been here for the full week. You're enjoying it, especially the Aussies' performance, as much as everybody is?
Yeah, the Australians are playing tremendously well, and I think they're a very controlled team over here. They seem to have their straps together, and I think tomorrow's game will be a very, very good game.
Have you seen the men as confident as they seem to be out on the pitch and off the pitch as well this week?
I think I've seen them as confident, but I don't think I've seen them as confident on the field. I think their confidence on the field is tremendous, and they're throwing the ball around the back quite confidently and attacking with great confidence at the front there with Stephen Davies. So not on the field, no. I think their confidence on the field's really, really good.
Well, looking ahead to the final tomorrow, it's Australia-Germany. You know all about Australia-Germany Champion Trophy finals. Take us back to June and, well, you getting the winner there in extra time.
Yeah, I think the final that we played in Berlin earlier this year was probably the hardest final that I've ever been a part of, both physically and the fact that we're in Germany, and Germany really wanted to win. And I think tomorrow's game is probably going to be the same for Australia. I think Germany will want to come out and prove a few points tomorrow, and I think Australia, if they perform as well as they have done through the week, they should win. Is there rivalry between the men and the women? I mean, you've known more success, Olympic titles, world champions, and world and Champions Trophy. Do you think the men are itching to try and get a bit of silverware as well? I don't think the men have done poorly over the last couple of years. I think they've always been in the top 4, and you know they've come away with medals at a lot of their major tournaments. But I think it'll be just if they win this one, because they've performed well in each game and they've got better with each game. And I think that they probably, out of all of the teams here, deserve to win.
Okay, Alison, stay with us. We'll chat a bit more about what's coming up for the women's team in preparation for the World Cup. But well, this past week, many seasoned observers are saying it's the best hockey that's ever been seen in Australia, and well, the amount of goals that have been scored bear testament to that, averaging nearly 5 goals each of the games in the week's play so far, and some of the goals that weren't goals have been very memorable.
Neuer kept that one low. Who's handy? Vane. Oh, slipped in by Jackie Brickman. Waiting for it to cross the line.
Oh, it's going to be a goal! Can you believe
Yes,
that?
Left to the door.
Yes.
That's it.
That's a beautifully worked variation.
It's come off Elmer, I think. There's had a goal. Hey, goal. Green.
Christian Brook again.
Baba, Shabazz. One ahead of them. Goal! Lewis. Pakistan getting a few players back now. Touched
Off the post. Yes, goal or not?
Stephen Davies.
In and out.
It's Hiskins.
De Neuer, Vane, goal! Brilliant effort by Netherlands, a class goal, an absolute classic. Tebas flicked, brilliant effort, what a magnificent goal.
Too easy, what a great goal.
Deflected in at last. And is it Samar?
Looks like the
Good save, Mansour, but on the rebound, it's Kang.
Got this from David Wansborough. He's beaten about 3 or 4 players. He sold the dummy, pulls on the inside, does a little reverse through, and there's Davies. The boy from Parks, is he keen tonight?
Choppy. Brennan.
Oh, yes.
Great goal! And that's Wansborough. Wansborough with Elmer. He gets out in there with Davies coming through. Goal! Shot from Choppy, yes!
What a great goal to Jimmy Elmer.
Pretty quick is Pablo Amat. Out comes the goalkeeper. Amat has help. Surely. Yes, it is.
Can you believe that?
Donish. Got it. And they deserve it.
Absolutely.
The giant moment's coming in. Knocked down by Adelaide. Another one from... He's got it.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. They made the big save to the top of the circle, and Lomax just got a stick on it.
It's been entertainment and goals from go to woe here at the 19th Champions Trophy in Adelaide. Alison Annan is with us, Australia's premier striker. Alison, there's been a lot of talk about the pitch, but gee, just looking at those highlights, hard to see a lack of skills being demonstrated here. What do you think of it?
Well, I mean, I've had a chance to have a couple of runs on the turf, and I think it's quite good. And you know, there's been, as you said earlier, 5 goals average each game, and I think when you get those sorts of goals out of a turf like this, then you know that's excellent.
The women's team, the World Cup, men and women together, which is going to be something to look forward to next year in Holland. What's the preparation for the team under Rick Charlesworth in the lead-up?
We've got a couple of training camps early next year, and then quite a few tournaments in between, 4 nation tournaments against a couple of the teams coming over to Australia, and then we'll go over to Holland probably 3 weeks before the tournament and train there.
And what areas can the team improve in? What's Rick working on at the moment?
I think we're all working on various things, and I think at the minute we're working on having a bit of a break after the last couple of years have been quite hectic, and we'll come together and start basically putting new goals together of what we want to achieve as a team, and obviously going to be new goals with new squad members. And I don't think we'll sort of look at what we want to improve on until we get together. I think right now it's an individual thing, and we're all sort of working on our individual skills.
It would be terrific if you went to Utrecht with the men and women as the Champions Trophy winners. What's your prediction for the scoreline against Germany for the men tomorrow?
Germany with the men, I think probably something like a 3-1 or a 3-2. I think it'll be close, but I certainly think that we'll come out on top.
OK, Alison, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Alison Annan from the Australian women's team. The Australian men at half-time in their final pool match against Korea lead 2-0. Here's Steve Rebellion.
Thanks, Pete. And to Alison, always great to hear from her. She's been over here admiring the hockey, looking after a few corporate guests, and popular wherever she goes, Richard. She can play.
She can play. She's a wonderful player. In fact, she's probably been the best 2 or 3 female hockey players I've ever seen, and it's all still in front of her. She's so young. She's played well over 110 or 12 internationals now, and so you can imagine by the time she gets to 30, if she keeps going, she's going to be up near 300, which is just quite phenomenal. But she is an outstanding athlete, and I remember when she first came to the Australian Institute of Sport in Perth, she was already a very accomplished player. And of course, Richard Charlesworth, as the coach of the women's team, has really put a tremendous polish on that team.
Well, Charlesworth took women's hockey to a different level, I think, last year in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think that's the key point. He really did take them to another level, and they were clearly the best team in Atlanta. And so exciting, in fact, that the population of Australia really got behind them and love watching them play. And I hope the men can continue to do that today and tomorrow and in the lead up to the World Cup and do very well in Utrecht.
Well, talking to Terry Walsh, I think he unashamedly takes a leaf out of Rick Charlesworth's book. And says if we can play like the women do, then well on the way to #1 spot in the world.
Well, you've got to have the personnel, and Richard Charlesworth inherited a very good batch of players from the previous coach, Brian Glencross. So the women's program, when you look at it, goes back to about 1986-87, and they've really grown. Of course, they won the gold medal in Seoul and again in Atlanta. So that's what the men have got to do: win a gold medal at the Olympic Games.
You won't be jealous if they do, will you, Richard?
I'll be first one down there to congratulate them. We'll be able to get that thing off my back that I've been carrying ever since I coached the team. And all my friends will stop rubbishing me about it.
Oh. Sorry. Didn't bring it up.
Well, you're only a minor critic.
All right, second half underway. And will we see more goals? You would tend to think so, the way this tournament's gone.
And Lewis is on.
Choppy.
Oh, that was a bit lucky. I didn't think Choppy was 5 yards away.
Here's Kang. Carruthers escorting him down the sideline. And Jason Duff is on. Yes,
so
making that tackle.
York's having a rest.
Hahn doing well. Wins a hit just outside. Hong is close to the goal along with Yo. Choppy will see them away towards the 25. Sproul. This is a good ball for Davies, but he showed a bit much of it.
Just trying to give the little body dummy, but it didn't quite work.
Yeah, John wasn't buying.
No, he wasn't.
Davies. Whoa. Hiskins was there. Came up empty.
Stephen Davies has a whole new body language about the way he's playing. He's obviously feeling very confident. There's 2 balls on the pitch, so they'll have to start again. Davies, the way he's playing, the way he's acting on the pitch, just shows me that he's very confident in his own ability at the moment.
Guff to Sproul. Sproul. Feeling for obstruction, were they?
Yeah, but not on because he was moving.
Shin.
It's a fine line between using your body and protecting the ball and just turning.
Shin got away from 2.
I don't know how he did that.
Occasionally he does it, though. All right, we're with Song. He's looking for Hong.
I think I like him better with the red bandana on his head.
He's a little more easy to pick.
Yes, he is.
Might be a superstitious character.
He wears it with the red shirt. Maybe he's a fashion dresser. Matching.
Dedicated follower of fashion. Stacey up the line for Choppy. Might get to it first. Nope. Mr. Ruiz shooting Choppy a quizzical look. What are you complaining about?
Choppy said, oh, Ruiz, typical Argentinian style, the shrug of the shoulders.
What can I do?
No problem.
I can only apply the rules, Mr. Choppy. Sorry. 3 minutes gone, second half, 2-0 Australia. Looking to take a perfect record into the final. They're already there. 5 wins would look good. 6 would look a little better. It wasn't so long ago that the Champions Trophy was just a straight round robin. Whoever finished top of the table after 5 games was the champion. Now we have a final. Hong. Back to Shin. And that's split his 2 teammates, unfortunately.
Yes, I can well remember when it was the top. If you finished on top, you won the Champions Trophy. And I can remember a couple of times I was very happy about that because a few times we had injuries and sickness.
Brennan. Lewis. Godoy.
Sproul.
Yes. Good run. Getting some numbers up now. Davies on his reverse. Well played by Jeon Jong-ha. were looking threatening, Kookaburras.
It's a nice movement. Fortunately, Stephen Davies got on his reverse.
Hahn tackled by Hiskins. Shin to Song. Oops. Footwork. Shin. Kang. Shin. Started again. Oh, I thought he was going to get away from 2 once more, but the whistle favours Australia this time, and Lewis. Hahn up the line with Song. Shin. Look at Song go. He's got pace, but Carruthers has position. So early in the second half, we're looking to get on the board, make something of it. Touch from Stacey. He's away. Choppy. Wants to take on Cho.
Pace.
Choppy. Oh,
good goalkeeping.
Yes, well done, Kujin Su. That was an important one. The support coming up. Yo. Choppy, just better watch it. He's getting a little warning from Mr. Ruiz. Just calm it down a little. Certainly need Baden Choppy tomorrow.
Yes, they need all of them. Because there's still going to be some doubt about David Wansborough's wrist.
Yo. Godoyne. Strong tackle. Look all right to you?
Yes, it did. The ball was out of his control. That's what Godoyne got the ball, knocked it onto his stick and over the goal line. There really is too much emphasis on the ball, on players carrying the ball on their weakest side, on their reverse.
Brennan.
If they're not careful, it just becomes habit forming. It's the most difficult side to play the game on.
Carruthers. Choppy. Strong use of the body. Choppy got a call from Hiskins at the far post, but no way to get it there. Yo. Hahn. Jong. Song. Oh. Ran into a brick wall called Jason Duff, I think.
Yes, there was a few people lining up to tackle Song, and then you watch it here. There's Carruthers, Godoyne's reaching in, and in comes Duff. Ball was lifted, so it'll be a free hit to Australia.
Just off camera, Choppy's been over to the sideline, get a little puff on the inhaler, I think. Stacey. Did well to keep his feet. Now Brennan needs help. Stacey. Godoyne. Elmer in the corner. Godoyne.
Oh, unfortunately, the ball from Elmer was intercepted by Sproul on its way to Brennan.
Shin. Song. Song over the 25, and down goes the stick of Carruthers. So, or Elmer, was it? Carruthers.
Yeah, I think it was Carruthers.
This is Elmer. Can't get there that quickly. It must have been Carruthers. They look a little bit alike at times. Here he is, Carruthers.
Oh, push in the back. Oh, you got
Hiskins turns around and glares at Ruiz.
Wow,
the crowd was with him too. What am I going to do? Yo. Shin. Cho. Here's Song. Duff with him. Brennan defending with Stacey. And they've done well to clear that, but given it away. Now Choppy. Plenty of room ahead.
Let's just change of pace.
But, John comes out to meet him. So it's off to Elmer. John follows it across. Godoy. I think they're breathing pretty hard. There's not much zip in the legs at the moment from the Australians. They're just doing enough.
Well, it took free, it was taken and hit him in the leg. Yes, it's not crisp work that's going on here. The Australian team are making a few errors.
Godoy. Davies in space on this side if they want him. Stacey. Lewis. Stacey. 3 in the circle for Australia. And away goes Kim. Carruthers in pursuit. Gets away from him. Kim. Play on. Shin. Kang. Oh, Stacey clears.
Great piece of play by Korea.
Good advantage play.
So I think one of the players is going to get a warning here. It's probably going to be Godoy.
Yes.
Dreyer had to come. Stacey was able to clear. Godoy gets a green card for the tackle back on the 25. I'm not surprised he got that tackle. He reached in.
Yes, the umpire allowed play on because Korea kept possession, but Godoy was probably worth a card.
Watch it here. Yeah, it's pretty high up around the knee. It's going for the ball, but it was worth a card.
So Korea putting in some pressure. Livermore maybe going to come on shortly.
Yeah, he seems to be getting some treatment. It's a doctor.
Maybe he won't be coming on then.
I didn't see him get hurt in the match, but
he did limp off, as you made mention of at the time. Elmer has knocked out ahead for himself. John is strong. And Elmer's going to be spoken to, is he? Or John? Which one? They're both number 6.
Well, they're both going for the ball. It was just a straight contest, wasn't it?
Well, it didn't look much in it. John Jong-ha or Elmer? Who's guilty here? It's John. It's the Korean player.
Well, I think they were both in this, weren't they? First to the ball. In fact, 6 got there first, John. How did you see that, Steve?
Well, it's a bit of argy-bargy both sides.
I think so, yeah. Play on.
Sproul, Duff, Brennan. Oh, that was out. So Stacey. Who can he see? Carruthers, most obviously. 23 minutes left in the match. Australia sitting on a 2-0 lead. Just realised that it's been quieter out there than we've been used to because Wansborough's not playing.
That's right. But always in the back of your mind, you have to remember they're playing tomorrow. The gold medal game. I mean, they want to win this match, but you don't want to burn up too much fuel trying to do it.
Lewis, well done.
Trap.
Sproul. Hahn, good tackle. Kane. Bodies flying everywhere. At the pace of the game. Stepping up again.
Oh, good ball.
Good ball. Song. Sproul arrives. Better be careful.
Great tackle, Daniel Sproul. That is a superb tackle when you watch this on the replay.
We'll get back to it in a minute while Aussies advance. Godoy. Brennan. Up towards the 25. Brennan. 16-yard hit.
Went for the deflection.
Kim. Shin. finds home. Song.
Of course, the Koreans have a very good record against Australian teams because they spend a lot of time training in Australia. They go to Victoria, play in Melbourne almost every year, the men's and women. They spend a lot of time in the training camp situation there. And, of course, they play a lot of matches against the Victorian Institute of Sport.
Right, Lewis. Hiskins. Well, went for a slide. That was the end of that. Oh, Stacey muscles past. Stacey still. Godoy. Oh, Hiskins, nope.
Oh, must have come off the goalkeeper's glove onto Hiskins' foot. It's a good play by the goalkeeper. Watch this pass. There's a pass from Godoy. Watch Davies' pass. Yeah, off the goalkeeper's glove onto Hiskins' foot. And umpire Ruiz was right there.
Lewis trying to work a 1-2, but he did it with himself. Lewis. Hiskins waiting in the circle.
Australia penalty, first penalty corner of the match.
Oh. Conversion rate of 1 from 9 so far for Australia. The field goal specialists at this tournament are up to 14. Extraordinary statistic out of the penalty corner column is that this is Australia's 10th penalty corner, and every other team has had no fewer than 23.
Well, if you keep going down there and hitting the ball in the net, you don't have to worry about that, do you? I always thought that was the name of the game.
Well, Godoy hit a pretty good one against the Netherlands. He's up there with Stacey. Godoy. Ooh, good save.
Great save by G.
Elmer. Lewis. Bounce out for Stacey. Mr. Ruiz says back towards the side and the back line. For others, no. Out comes Song. Sproul to Godoy. More direct route taken. Davies. Elmer. Nope.
Just he couldn't turn quickly enough, Jimmy Elmer, but the passing was good.
Brent Livermore is back on. Stan's having trouble with shin splints, which has plagued him during the Junior World Cup as well. Here he is.
He'd be very keen to play. Brent Livermore.
Godoy, Brennan, Elmer. Oh, Elmer gets away from 2. Mishits the ball into the circle though.
Did all the hard work. Then the easy part, which was the final pass, looked up.
Australia's ball. Elmer caught Cho by surprise. Livermore. Carruthers backs up. Brennan. Oh, I thought he got the push.
It's Price who's made that decision.
Godoy. They got numbers here. Lewis. Being very unselfish. Oh, good keeping again from Koo Jin Soo. Well, he's had a great game.
Who's that?
Carruthers.
Accident. Ball was tried to hit it on the long pass. Just flew up. Must have undercut it.
Oh dear.
Stuart Carruthers. The doctor's running out. Well, got him on the shoulder. That's fortuitous if you're going to be hit anywhere.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, he just dropped his wrist. Just see, got him on the shoulder.
Wow.
Evasive actually by Stewie Carruthers. He's a tough little hombre. He'll be up.
Well, I think the The gasp around the ground was that thought he'd been collected in the face.
Just an accident, yep.
Australians can ill afford another injury.
Yeah. You probably need a crane to get him off because he wants to play.
Jeong's off. Hong.
Yeah,
takes his place.
Brothers is going to go off just to get that looked at.
And Michael York on. Yu Moon Ki. And Park. To Hong. To Song. Godoy. Davies. Brennan. Choppy making an interesting run. Here he is. Choppy.
Clever. Oh, goal!
Yes!
Baden, Choppy, you're a champion.
And Hiskins finishes. Well, Baden, Choppy. Didn't he do some good work there? As did Davies, as did Hiskins. 3-0.
That is electrifying. For someone so young, what's the change of pace? Jinks the ball into the circle, accelerates past him like he's not there, but not only that, gets the ball to Davies, who gets the quick shot, and there's Hiskins. Again, the change of pace, acceleration, which you need in top sport. Fantastic stuff.
Well, the interesting thing about that goal at the very end was that Hiskins did well to get a stick on it, not to have it come out and hit his body.
Yes, he finished it off nicely.
All he had to do was bunt it into the goal, but it wasn't that simple.
It's always easier from up here, but when you've only got a split second when you're there.
When the stick must feel oh so skinny.
Yes. You see, there's that same rule again.
Well,
50-50 probably,
yeah,
that
50-50.
one. Yeah, so the defender's going to get that one.
Sometimes they're getting the benefit of no though.
Yeah.
3-0, and the Australians are averaging better than 3 goals a game. Just over. Park. Oh, this is a nice ball for Kim. Kim. And yet it was so comfortably shut down. Now a good defence. There's a chance for Park. Lewis. Ouch. He's got to be careful, as we've said more than once, Paul Lewis. Not to catch the eye of the umpires. Shin. And Livermore. Moving well enough.
Oh, flicked it up into him. It'll be free hit to Korea.
Smartly taken. Kim.
Brothers.
Lewis. York is off again. Godoy. Lewis. Davies in some room. In the corner. Choppy was loitering on the near post. Near to us, that is.
Sproul is such a laconic character on the field. He just strolls around, and then all of a sudden he bursts into life with that. Because he's such a great athlete. He runs so easily, so comfortably, and very quickly. Ruiz saw a little deflection. There's David Wansborough.
Just
left
see
wrist.
a little bit of that left wrist bandaged. Probably had a painful night or two.
Does he want to play tomorrow?
Well, and the Australians will need him because against Germany earlier in the week, Wansborough took them apart at times.
Yes, he did. And they find his unpredictability a real problem.
But but his teammates don't.
His teammates sometimes find him unpredictable as well. But he does have that ability to turn people inside out.
Davies.
Choppy.
Lewis. Oh, playing it around a fair while. Oh, easy goal for Davies. I thought they were poking it around a bit long, but they knew what they were doing. And Davies gets another. 5th for the tournament.
Too much space there. You play Australia and you create that much space, there's going to be a lot of pain. And Brennan just slices this ball backward of square, and there's Stephen Davies just deflecting it in. It's the quality of some of these players. They're able to make that ball almost talk when they wanted to.
Davies came up smiling. Yep. The ball had hardly hit the backboard.
He says, why don't you give them to me like that all the time? It saves me running around.
Yeah, put them on a plate, please. A china plate.
Yes. You can't resist it, can you?
No, sorry. Hong. Well, with 11.5 minutes to go, surely Australia is going to take a 5-win record into the final. Won't intimidate Germany, but it looks good. Choppy. Elmer's in the circle. Choppy. Backs himself.
He was looking for a penalty corner then. He's building a relationship with umpire Luez.
He waved to him that time, yeah.
I think that's why the crowd like him so much. He's got a real character about him. There's a bit of a rogue there, isn't there?
Yeah. A couple of cervezas after the game with Mr. Ruiz. Yes. Livermore. Elmar. Brennan. Mightn't be done with yet, Australia. They've certainly got plenty of time to add a 5th. 10 minutes for Korea to find the net. Brennan. Terry Walsh has to be very pleased with this outing. Lewis.
He's getting the crowd amused.
He'd rather not see that one.
It could be on the annual bloopers tape.
Yeah.
Might be worthwhile taking Paul Lewis off now. He's had a nice run. I certainly wouldn't be thinking about risking him any further. We're just trying to think who they've got who could come on.
Stephen Davies has got himself back into second position in the goal scorers ladder. Only trailing Javier now from Spain. Davies averaging a goal a game. Elmer.
Good pass from Carruthers. Found Elmer on the turn. Just didn't fall for him. Quite often in that situation, not only do you have to trap it, but you need to be able to get the ball in a reasonable position. There's the pass. You watch. He just traps it. Just didn't fall for him. Oh, Lewis.
They got 4 on 2 here. Oh, no. Elmer. Maybe still. Davies. Oh, off the side.
A little deflection off the Korean defender.
Davies is actually level with Turn de Neuer in the goal scoring table with 5. Brennan, just looks a matter of time here. Through the legs. Oh, is that Davies? It is. Goodness me, that's the Yannick Noah style. I don't think I've seen a goal quite like that.
Well, you have to say, when you're hot, you're boiling, aren't you?
Oh,
absolutely. The crowd love that. And that's one of the big advantages of the obstruction rule. Watch this. He goes close to Brennan, he traps it, then decides through the legs. He'll be unbearable when I talk to him after. Watch it again. He'll say he meant to do it.
I don't think there was a deflection from Elmer. Let's give that to Davies. I'm sure it was his.
Incredible. He'll probably tell me he's been practicing it all week.
Yeah. Now he's outright second in the goal scoring. Lewis, choppy to his left. Oh, Korea the end of a hiding here now.
Yeah, too much space. They're giving Australia far too much room to manoeuvre. And we won't see this tomorrow.
Be nice if we did,
Yeah.
Lewis.
It'll look like there's 1,000 people on the pitch tomorrow. It'll be that congested at times.
It's Kim. Kang. Kim again. Can Korea get on the board? Yoo Moon Kee on his reverse. Oh, a rattler. A beauty from Yoo Moon Kee.
He deliberately went on his reverse and he's absolutely slated into the corner. Watch this, he gets the ball. Yoo, at the top of the circle on his forestick, goes onto his reverse and hammers it past Dreyer. Watch it again. How difficult is this? It's a backhand slice.
First shot of the second half, and Yoo Moon Kee buries one in for Korea. 5-1. Must be a terrible pitch, this one, Richard.
I was going to say, thank goodness it's a terrible pitch. We would have seen an avalanche of goals. I mean, you just couldn't do that if there was anything wrong with the surface. That's why I'm perplexed by it. Anyway, other people will decide that.
Knocked down comfortably. And Godoyne sets Lewis on his way. Brennan. The players are going to be running out of juice shortly. Australia's trying to put some pressure on Korea coming out of defence where they've been susceptible. Hiskins and Davies in the circle for Australia. Davies just ventures out, but John. Hahn. Still 5 minutes to go. 6 goals scored. 5 to Australia.
Anybody who's been to see every one of the Australian matches has had a wonderful time, haven't they? I mean, they've just seen some terrific hockey, some absolute superb goals.
What a fine run. Cho up out of defence. Carruthers.
That's where Godoyne's very sharp. He didn't try to trap that ball, he just played it on. He realised if he'd trapped it, he would have been in trouble.
Oh, he's having a fine game. Elmar. Hiskins. How good is that? Oh, he's left it behind. Pretty tough trap at full pace.
Absolutely, and he almost got too much of the trap. It was almost too dead. He needed to run with it.
Well, this pace and skill of this hockey is just take your breath away.
With so many young players.
Risky. Kim. Hong. Played out calmly once more by Godoyne and Elmer. They do want to slow it down a little. I think everyone's had enough. I think we've got 2 games worth in one here.
Yes, we have.
G.
Of course, Australia's only just got 24 hours rest time between tomorrow's final. So they want to keep a lot of petrol left in the tank for that.
Around 5 goals per match. 73 for the tournament. Hard. Duff. That's Wansborough. Wouldn't he like to be out there today? It's a feast. Couldn't be part of it. And he'll have a big appetite for it tomorrow. Kim. Oh. That looked worse than it was, I think.
There's a ball into the circle. Oh, Carruthers, a bit of a swing and a miss.
Well, Song lost his stick. Here's Livermore. Space to burn. Hiskins. Nice ball to Elmar.
Yeah, come over the top. I think he's a bit unlucky because he got a bit of the ball, but he got the stick first. And it was inside the 25, but outside the circle. Umpire deemed it to be a deliberate breach. Second penalty corner for Australia. Here it is here. Yeah, you just can't see it on that from that angle, but he reached over the top, knocked the ball away from Jimmy Elmer.
So can Australia knock in a 6th goal? Brennan marches over to the back line. Stacey and Ganoy, as usual.
I reckon Stacey might have a hit here.
Keeper's got to be shocked. Kujin Su, 5 have flown past him. Variation. Hiskins. Straight in, if you don't mind. Wasn't that well done? Hiskins gets a second. It's a feast.
He can hit a goal. These are surplus goals, you know. We should be saving these for tomorrow. He does hit it hard, and he hit it under the ground. Brennan was there anyway. It was on the other angle. Davies traps it. Dummy of the top to Hiskins. Oh, underneath the goalkeeper. He jumped up in the air and couldn't get down quick enough.
A minute to go. And we'll have to get off air quickly, so I'll just alert you to the fact we're on at 4 o'clock tomorrow with the final between Australia and Germany. And recapping today's results. We'll just wait a moment as Australia push forward again. Oh, Hiskins.
He looked up, he saw Elmer out of the corner of his eye.
I think he saw a hat-trick.
Yeah.
For himself, or another one for Elmer. But, Germany 3 beat Spain 2 today to move into tomorrow's final. That relegated Spain to the playoff for 3rd and 4th, and they'll contest that with the Netherlands, who beat Pakistan 5-2. Pakistan to play Korea in the playoff for 5th and 6th. Bit of a shock for Pakistan coming here, finding themselves in that match.
3 great matches tomorrow when you think about it, aren't there?
Oh, yes.
It's one good thing about the Champions Trophy. You certainly get good matches.
Seconds left. And Korea, I don't think they've got time to get to the circle even. Maybe. Song is flying home. Oh, Dreyer stuck the stick out and denied them a second. What a goal, what a game. 6-1 Australia, 2 goals to Davies, 2 to Hiskins, 1 to Elmer and 1 to Jay Stacey. And a beauty in reply from Yu Moon Kee. But make an appointment for tomorrow afternoon when Australia plays Germany for the 19th Champions Trophy. It should be a beauty. We certainly hope you have your company then, and Australia looking for their 7th title in this tournament. So Richard Agus and Peter G and myself will be back with you tomorrow. We hope to have your company. Goodbye from Adelaide.
South Korea, while the Germans snatched 2nd place with a 3-2 win over Spain. Yesterday's win took Australia's goal tally to 19 from their 5 qualifying games. Stephen Davies, the team's leading goal scorer, with 6 for the tournament, including one of the more unorthodox contenders for play of the day.
Time here. Through the legs.
Well, it's an all...
Champions Trophy, Australia against Germany. Completion of the round-robin matches. Australia on top of the table. Germany 2nd, Spain 3rd, the Dutch 4th, Korea 5th, Pakistan in 6th position. What a turnaround from the Olympic year in 1996. Shortly, we'll talk to Terry Walsh, the Australian coach. But before that, David Christensen, who's been following the event for 7 Nightly News and Sports World, takes us through the Australian highlights of the week.
Davies.
The Kookaburras have scored some spectacular goals in the past week, starting with a delicate touch from James Elmer.
A variation.
It's come off Elmer, I think.
Same game, same player, but this time more brutal than delicate.
Oh, shot a shoulder! He lost his stick. He found it again and found the goal.
3-0 over Spain, and they followed that with a 5-3 win over Pakistan. Again, the trademark, a freewheeling style of play up forward.
Gets to the circle, choppy, fires it back. Davies again.
Germany offered a tougher defence, much tougher for David Wansborough. But it was the talented midfielder who helped engineer a stunning Australian breakthrough.
He gets down in there with Davies coming through. Goal! Great play.
At the back, Damon Deletti was solid in goals all week. He also gave the forwards the rebound they needed to score a second against the Germans.
Davies loves this. Shot on top again. What a great goal.
The Netherlands, pre-tournament favourites, were having an ordinary week. Jay Stacey and Stephen Davies made sure it stayed that way.
That pan against Stephen Davies.
And it was against the Dutch the Aussie penalty corner battery made its first conversion. The good form continued against Korea yesterday. The Aussies scoring almost at will to finish the tournament unbeaten, scoring 19 goals and conceding just 5.
Absolutely at a loss, the Korean defence.
And while Germany go into today's final with some patchy form, there's still a highly skilled combination with plenty of scoring options. On their day then, Germany is still very much a power in world hockey and still a threat to the Aussies this afternoon. And this is what they're playing for this afternoon. Australia and Germany have won the Champions Trophy each 6 times before. Today, one of them will set a new record. In Adelaide, David Christensen for Sports World.
And that too adds a bit extra sting to this match. Terry Walsh joins us, the Champions Trophy, the number 3 in world hockey, Terry, behind the Olympics and the World Cup, but a great one to win, just the same.
Oh, it's a really important tournament. Winning the Champions Trophy puts you in good stead for the following year, and there's always going to be a World Cup or an Olympic Games around the corner. So this year the Champions Trophy for us is very important. It's the major tournament for 1997, and we're delighted with the way the guys are going.
What a volatile sport it seems to be at the moment, because last year we were at the bottom in this very same trophy. The Dutch and the Pakistanis were the top 2 teams. Why have they done so poorly here and we've done so well, do you think?
Well, there's very minimal difference between the people right at the top in world hockey as there is in most sports. It's very, very hard to stay number 1 sequentially, both from tournament to tournament and from year to year. So I think it's very important that the understanding is that when you get to a major tournament like the Champions Trophy, just a 5% drop off in form just for a half, leave alone for the whole game, can mean devastating results in actual fact. But we've been very good, we've been very consistent, and yesterday in actual fact to me was a danger game against Korea. Korea are a reasonable side. They're very fit, fast, volatile, and they can cause you problems, but a 6-1 victory to our team probably showed that the depth of our bench, the depth of understanding of what we're trying to do with new concepts and processes of play has been great. And I mean, our guys just love playing. They're really enjoying playing at the moment.
Yes, it seems a refreshing team at the moment, a team that's been freshened right up, a freewheeling team who can't help but score goals. Terry, there's another added incentive today, something we don't normally see in a sport like hockey. We think of hockey as being mainly an amateur sport. Under the medal incentive scheme, the Olympic athletic program, if Australia is successful today, we'll improve our world ranking. That means a lot in terms of a financial incentive to the players and to hockey in general.
Yeah, for the players it's very important from that point of view. We have a medal incentive scheme which goes across the board for all Olympic players, and to that end they get different amounts depending on where they finish for the primary tournament for that year or their primary competition. So for individual athletes they choose a specific competition which is classified as a world competition for that year. For us it's a major tournament, so it will be the Champions Trophy for 97. It's across the board. You get, I think it's 9,000 if you finish 3rd or 4th, 15 if you finish 2nd, and 30 if you finish 1st.
So the Australian team will get $30,000 each if they're successful today?
Yeah.
The 16, so it's worth nearly $500,000 to the Australian team?
Yeah, I suppose you could talk
16
about
times 3.
Yeah, that's right.
480,000.
Yeah, it's a paltry amount compared with a lot of the other sports, but it's a huge amount according to the hockey players. These guys are virtually professional athletes in the time that they put in and the effort that they make and the sacrifices they make for their families and all the rest of it, just the same as it is for all the other athletes around the world who are competing at that level. So there's a recognition through the Australian Sports Commission and the OAP and specifically the medal incentive scheme process. It's fantastic for us, and our guys are delighted by that. But that's not the focus. That's far from the focus, obviously. It's not really all that much considering that these guys make it their livelihood.
Terry, David Wansborough fell out with Frank Murray. He wasn't selected for a number of years. He's been a star prior to that for Australia. You've brought him back into the team. He seems to have played absolutely brilliantly in the midfield this week.
David's a fantastic player. He's a great leader. He's an excellent playmaker. He's been playing in the middle of the ground for us. He has an enormous amount of experience. Ironically, the year or two away from the game has freshened him up mentally, and I think that he's provided us an excellent platform through the midfield, and he's enjoying his game tremendously at the moment. And when you mix enjoyment with absolute class, then you end up with a fantastic product, and he's enjoying it, as I say. The other guys are enjoying him, having him around, and Australian hockey, I think, is having a great benefit from his presence.
Well, it just seems such a waste, though. Apparently, it was due to the fact that there were some problems, I mean, between him and Frank, and also between his father and Frank, and that guy was lost to Australian hockey during an Olympic year.
That's all history, Bruce. I think that all of that's gone. Those sort of things happen in sport, unfortunately. But we're not looking backwards, we're just looking from today forwards, yeah.
Damon Deletti, the goalkeeper, he's had an amazing career with Lachlan Dreyer, our other goalkeeper. I think both have played over 90 internationals. At the moment, Deletti's the man. Dreyer was last year. He's had a superb tournament. It's almost like having Ian Healy and Rod Marsh at the same time and take your pick as the coach.
Yeah, so it's a very fortunate position to be in. I think Damo's playing absolutely superbly. I haven't seen him play better than he's playing at this point in time, and Lockie Dreyer's supporting him to the utmost, and that's the great thing within this team. Everyone's supporting everyone else, and interestingly enough, Bruce, we've got two other goalkeepers, young Mark Hickman and Andrew Stewart, who are very close as well.
Just finally, Terry, the balsam surface that you're using in Adelaide has been selected, I believe, for Homebush in 2000. Rick Charlesworth, I'm told, doesn't like it. The Dutch can't stand it. It's too bouncy. How do you feel about it?
Well, we're quite pleased that the Dutch don't like it. We're playing pretty well on it, and I think that if you have a look at the quality of the games in this tournament, you can only be playing this quality of game on at least a good surface. Our players are very comfortable with it. We told them about it when the decision was made, and the response was very positive, and we can't control that. It's out of our control. The decision's been made, and so we'll take the best of the decision. It's like playing in the AFL. I mean, if you don't want to play in the AFL Grand Final and you don't like the MCG, you haven't got much of a choice.
No, you
really.
certainly don't.
Yeah.
Job well done so far. The big hurdle still to go. Good luck this afternoon.
Thanks very much, Bruce.
Terrific, Terry. All the best. Australia playing Germany in the final of the Champions Trophy in Adelaide. A break from sports.